A 70,000 massive acre development has recently broken ground in 2025. This is set to be one of Florida's largest master plan communities. It's stretching from just north of Titusville on the east coast of Florida all the way to New Smyrna Beach. And in today's video, we want to break down the big questions on who's behind it, what exactly it is, what are going to be the local environmental and economic impacts, and most importantly, what it's going to do to affect you. So stay tuned. We're going to go over all that in today's video. This is a massive development that is currently underway already, and it's expected to take decades to complete. So if this is your first time to the channel, welcome to the original Living in New Smyrna Beach YouTube real estate channel. My name is Chris, and my business partner Tim and I, we are local to the area. We've been doing real estate for over a decade, and we help people that are already in town or looking to move out of town, in town, buy, sell, or invest. So let us know what we can do to help you. All our information is in the comments below. But let's get to it. The first big question is, who exactly is behind this massive 70,000 acre development? But real quick, before we get started, huge big disclaimer here. This video is meant for the only purpose of informing you of what's going on if you're not aware what's already going on in the area. This is going to be a kind of ongoing YouTube series, if you will, on what's going on with Deering Park as new developments start to happen. Again, this is a massive development. It's been 20 years in the making. It just broke ground earlier this year in 2025. So we don't have all the information, and we're going to be rolling it out as soon as we get it for you as well. We have cited all of our sources below. A big thank you to the Daytona Beach News Journal with Clayton Park and Breno Carrillo. We utilize their resources as well from the research they've already done as well. So coming from the White Whale Real Estate side of things and Living in New Smyrna Beach YouTube channel, this is just strictly reporting what's going on, what's happening, and we're just kind of giving you the information as we get it as well. So I hope you find this helpful, and here we get to it. All right, so let's start with the who is behind this massive development. And this family that's behind it, it's one single family. It's a Deering Park family. They've owned this property for over 100 years. So it's not just some out-of-towner, some huge investment group that's come in and is trying to just make a massive development. This has been a long time coming with this family. Like I mentioned earlier, they have been in the developmental stage, really going through a lot of comprehensive planning, trying to figure things out for the last 20 years. So they didn't just wake up one morning and were like, we're going to do this today. So it's been 20 years in the making to get to the point where we're at right now. So with that being said, they're going to be developing 70,000 acres. Of that 70,000 acres, 46,000 acres of that is already set aside for conservation purposes. So they definitely are putting their money where their mouth is, so to speak, and actually doing what they say they're going to do and be concerned about the environment. From there, the first phase is going to be from just south of State Road 442 in Edgewater and extending westward. This first phase is going to feature 1,747 homes with diverse neighborhoods, recreational amenities, mixed use areas, and also trails for you to be able to navigate and take advantage of as well. According to the project director, Sean Steffen, for the Deering Park organization, he's projecting that homes are going to be up for this first phase in the later part of 2026. So with the entire scope of the project, Deering Park could see up to 23,000 residential homes throughout this entire 70,000 acre development. Again, remember that 46,000 of that is set aside for conservation purposes. So they're going to find a way to put up to that many homes. It's not saying that they are going to do that, but it is a possibility that 23,000 homes could be going up between that north of Titusville all the way to New Smyrna Beach. Talking about the New Smyrna Beach component of the Deering Park development, this is going to be more commercially focused. They're going to be calling this a Deering Park Innovation Center. It's going to consist of about 6 million square feet of mixed use area, which is kind of also known as a commercial use. And it is also going to have some residential there too. It's slated to have up to 2,150 homes, but the main focus here is really going to be the commercial side of things for the innovation park. So they're going to be attracting retail headquarter offices. It's going to be light industrial. There's going to be some tech and research that they're trying to recruit in as well. It's going to have some hotel space. On the recreational side of things, they're going to be adding an additional sports complex and a police substation out in the Deering Park Innovation Center, which I definitely think the police station, the substation is much needed, especially with all the development that's already going on out that way with Venetian Bay and the add-ons to that community as well. So definitely needed to just kind of help keep things a little bit more centralized just for the overall public safety with that. So I think New Smyrna Beach with the Deering Park expansion is going to be more commercial, and then the Edgewater area is going to be more residential. Let's talk about money and the overall economic impact that we expect to see the Deering Park project have in our community. So right now, Edgewater and New Smyrna Beach both rely heavily on residential taxes with very little commercial tax base to lean on. So this project is supposed to change all of that for us and help kind of shift that tax burden from the residential more to the commercial side. So what I mean by that is this project is supposed to create hundreds of jobs, and once complete, we are expected to see ongoing employment with all the job creation that occurred from that. So think things like more retail, hospitality, medical services for sure, light industrial, and everything that else is going to go along with this massive development. We should see a big rise for everybody in the area. As the saying goes, rising tide brings all ships with it. So overall, I would expect to see a positive economic impact on this. And I mean, if you think about it, more businesses mean more commercial tax revenue, which again is going to help shift that residential tax burden from the homeowner more to the commercial side of things. So I think as homeowners, that could be a very strong positive that we could hopefully expect to see. And also too, right now we're positioned nicely on what's called the technological corridor. And that is going to be a stretch from Titusville up to the Daytona Beach area. And all these cities here in between are really working collaboratively together to become very attractive for bigger manufacturing firms and tech firms as well that they're trying to have come into the area. So why I say all that is because right now, New Smyrna and Edgewater does not have a strong industry to really rely on. A lot of households rely heavily on the hospitality industry, and a lot of people have to leave the city, drive 45 minutes to an hour to get to a decent income paying job. So what the hope and the thought is that with all the new growth that we're having is it's going to attract bigger and better companies and allow our kids to be able to grow up here, go to school here, and then stay here and have a positive economic impact in our community instead of having to leave and go away for 30 years and then come back home to retire. So hopefully it can all work out that way, but I do see it being a positive economic impact overall. I do know it's a lot of people, so if you're a native like me here and hearing 23,000 residential homes, it makes you cringe a little bit, but hopefully with the positive economic side that hopefully we can kind of see the silver lining in all the development that's going on here. One thing that is really going to be a challenge, I feel like, for local residents already is going to be the traffic and the unknown amount of congestion that this is going to cause. So with any type of development or construction, obviously these are just the natural process of things and how it has to go. You can't have one without the other, but definitely expect things to become more congested, some delays going on. Right now, there's not really a lot of commuting traffic through where the development is supposed to take place. So I think at the first phase of this, we shouldn't really feel too much of a traffic impact on it until it starts really kind of spreading out. The good news with that though is that with the new development going on, there are improvement plans for current roadways in place, so it could help our infrastructure. And again, this is going to be one of those wait and see what the city officials and how everybody comes together. There's a lot of government overlay here. You've got local cities that this is stretching through, counties. You've got all your acronyms that you've got to deal with, you know, your DEP, your DOT, the EPA, get your CPA. Everybody's got to be involved in this one. So a lot of variables going on. So hopefully with this, so that there are going to be some road improvements with it, clean up our roads a little bit, and just have a good thought out plan on how to egress the whole situation. But for right now, I don't think we've got to worry about the traffic stuff too much, just because of the location of it being in that southwest corridor, west of 95, south of State Road 442 rather. And that's just in an area where nobody really goes yet. So that is all about to change, as it seems like they're going to be kind of connecting 415 Osteen into the Edgewater area. So going to be a wait and see, coming soon to Edgewater near you and New Smyrna. Expect congestion. Probably the most important part of this video right here is going to be the environmental impact. Both residents of Edgewater and New Smyrna are equally divided. It seems like it's a 50-50 divide on who's for it, who's against it. We see a lot of slow the growth signs happening. We see a lot of positive, hey, we need the positive economic impact. We don't have any industry around here. So it really kind of seems to be a tie draw down the middle on who's for it, who's against it. Bottom line is this parcel of land, the 70,000 acres, is privately owned. And right now it seems to be that the Deering Park family is trying to make a positive impact with it. Ernie Cox, who is an environmental consultant for the Deering Park family and president of the Family Lands Remembered LLC, is saying that they are going to have this Deering Park community be one of the most environmentally conscious master planned communities in the entire nation. So they really seem to be putting a lot of thought and care into it. I know, speaking with some city officials on the New Smyrna side, they said that Deering Park seems to be very cooperative with this and wanting to do the right thing here. They are already implementing a new stormwater management protocol that's not set to really go in place until 2027, but they're already abiding by those rules as of now. So hopefully they're going to do the right thing here with this and just stay on that environmentally conscious route. Right now, the plan for stormwater mitigation is to create a 50-acre area of wetland cells with the main objective of eliminating the wastewater discharge into the Indian River Lagoon, which is just a big community project as a whole of keeping our intercoastal waterway protected and clean. So hopefully this will help with overall stormwater management. The Deering Park family has received a $7.1 million contribution from the Florida Department Environmental Protection Agency in conjunction with Edgewater to be used for the Edgewater Wetland Park. So this really is where the big divide is between the slow the growth and the positive economic impact, is the massive amounts of flooding that Edgewater and New Smyrna has experienced over the past few hurricanes that we've had over the last few years. So this is a very sensitive subject for a lot of people, and most people just see and hear development and they think more flooding, more stormwater issue, and a lot of irresponsibility going on. So we can only hope that the Deering Park is going to stay true to what they're saying. Again, everybody seems to be very positive, transparent, and open about it, and working with both Edgewater and the New Smyrna Beach cities to make this a overall positive impact for the community. So I could argue both sides with it, and I do know that we just have an overall stormwater, drainage issue right now. So hopefully, if they are going to continue to set the pace for us, they could probably help out overall with being a leader in the area and making sure everybody else is doing the right thing and following suit with a stormwater management protocol. So really big topic here, the environmental stuff. As we said, we're just here to report what's going on. We will unroll and continue to give you information as soon as we hear about it, but let us know what your thoughts are on it. Again, touchy subject for everybody right now because of the environmental impacts that we've had with the recent hurricanes in past. New Smyrna, I know, is slated to have a very aggressive stormwater management protocol set in place in 2027. So I don't know about Edgewater. I can find that out. If you're interested, let me know. We'll get you that information. I'd like to talk about the technological corridor for a little bit, and more importantly, how it's going to affect your home's real estate value and your future land and real estate purchases. So right now, the Deering Park development is sitting on a stretch of a bigger strategy, which is called the technological corridor, that has been being worked on for years. So this is a growth zone stretching from Daytona Beach to Titusville. It is linking the Space Center to Orlando's tech hubs. And with all that happening, with Deering Park poised to have a tremendous amount of commercial space, we are expecting to see the attraction of major manufacturers, major tech firms coming in. The plan is also obviously with the Space Center and Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University being right there on that technological corridor triangle, so to speak, is that we're going to have a lot of aerospace firms come in as well. biomedical, basically anything that is going to be a little bit more on the techie side, manufacturing, and higher income producing jobs are what the plan is for this area and the technological corridor. So they've been working on this for years and years. We can leave the link in the description below for you to check that out. This is your first time hearing about it. So with all this tech coming into the area, with sitting underneath the technological corridor, I guess cone or veil or whatever you want to call it. Typically what we see with real estate is that when commercial comes to an area, typically residential values are going to rise, especially the closer you are located to the mixed use areas. So if you are kind of planning on selling in a few years, or if you're thinking about it, this could definitely be a great benefit to you. If you strategically plan this out well, let us know. We're happy to help you out and see if your plan's on the right track or not. But you could be seeing a little bit of a spike in your home value when these commercial projects start happening. Now, I will say that there's a big caveat with that as well. Always a roll of the dice one way or the other is if you are holding out to get maximum amount of value because you see the new development coming in and you're trying to get in with other developers or rental investors. The flip side to that is that with all the new residential homes coming up, you are going to be competing with new residential sales. So always consider that as a factor whenever you're buying or selling a home, is that people are going to compare your home to another home when yours is on the market. Yes, sold homes are something to base the value of your home off of, but also it's very important to see what's currently active on the market. And with new buyers in the market, they're going to be comparing your home to a new built home. So just kind of keep that on the horizon for yourself and be thinking about that if you are thinking about trying to kind of time the market and sell when the market's high because of the commercial impact. You're probably going to want to do that sooner than later based on when the new developments are going to be in and homes are going to be up. So just make sure that you do have that kind of locked in and you don't wait too long, because then you could just kind of be in the same boat. But overall, I think it's going to have a positive impact on the real estate as a whole in the area, especially with more jobs coming in. It's just going to, I think, increase the overall value of homes in a blanket. So what's the verdict after all of this? Deering Park brings some major upsides. You've got new jobs, stronger tax base, more amenities. On the downside, you're going to have more traffic, more congestion, environmental pressures, and the shifting character of our small town charm between Edgewater and New Smyrna. Right now, I already feel like our small town charm is on the endangered species list, so I can't imagine what that's going to look like projecting out 10 to 20 years, how it's going to be, if it's still going to be the same, if we're going to be able to retain that or not. History really shows the difference lies in comprehensive planning. A community that stays involved and informed can definitely help determine what the outcome of this new development is going to be like, and help make sure that we maintain our small town charm and feel by staying involved, staying together, and working together, and not just combating and being jerks to one another. So what does this mean for you? Here's 4 things that you could do right now to get in with the program, so to speak. So number 1 is stay involved and be paying attention to the city approvals and any sort of meetings or hearings that they're having. This will help you out tremendously to actually know what's going on and how it's going on. Number 2 is going to be deciding whether to sell or hold based on strategy on what the projected values are going to be and how the development is actually going. Number 3 is pay attention to the new jobs that are coming in. This could be your next career move. If you're thinking about moving out of the area because you just can't find a job or just things aren't driving right on what you feel like you can earn and what you're worth, you may have a new job coming locally here to you soon. And number 4 is just get involved, be a part. It's your community after all. It's easy to sit back and complain and say how things should be done. It's harder to get up off the couch, off behind the screen, and actually go make a positive impact and really get to the truth of what's going on. So if you need more information, if you want to stay up to date on this, please remember to like, subscribe, and follow. We're excited to bring you all the local happenings of what's going on here. Whether you're looking to move across town or into town, let us know what we can do to help you out. Whatever you do, even if it's not with us, make sure you do use a local real estate professional. We help people Volusia County, Seminole County, Orange County, and we're here to help. Hope you have a great week. Talk to you soon.